Hello students, we are learning chapter 14 sources of energy, and we have already learned about the traditional sources of energy. That is the conventional sources of energy, their advantages and disadvantages, and this is video 4 of the chapter. We are going to learn about alternative or non-conventional sources of energy. Non-conventional means usually the sources of energy which we do not use, still we are not using much in our daily life. Now, one of the non-conventional sources of energy is solar energy. Solar energy, that is, sun is a source of energy, but the solar energy cannot be directly used. It has to be used by making some devices. Some devices we need to meet, and such kind of devices may be solar cooker, solar water heater, or the rooftops where the solar energy is trapped. Now, since 5 billion years, sun has been giving us energy, and another 5 billion years it will be giving energy. But when the solar energy reaches the earth's surface, not all the amount of energy we can use. Nearly half of it is absorbed while passing to the atmosphere, and rest reaches the earth's atmosphere. That is mostly it is absorbed by the outer surface of the atmosphere, and half of the amount reaches the earth's surface. Now, how much amount is reaching the earth's surface, we can get the idea from here. That is, on the daily average, the amount of energy which reaches the earth is 4 to 7 kilowatt hour per meter square. That is, per unit area we get 4 to 7 kilowatt hour. That is 4 to 7 unit per meter square area. That is 1 meter by 1 meter square area. And what is solar constant? Solar constant means the amount of energy reaching the outer edge of the earth's surface perpendicularly when the sun rays falls is known as solar constant. And solar constant value of solar constant is 1.4 kilojoule per second per square meter. That is, per unit area in 1 second we receive 1.4 kilowatt energy or 1.4 kilojoule energy, and this value is called solar constant. Now, let us see the construction of the solar cooker and how the solar cooker can help us. First of all, on what principle the solar cooker is based? See, the construction of the solar cooker has been, it is a box, it is a metallic box where the outer surface and the inner surface is colored with black color. Why black color? Because black color absorbs more heat energy than the white color. So the principle on which the solar cooker works is the black surface absorbs more heat as compared to the white or a reflecting surface under identical condition. That is, the reflecting surface can absorb more heat and the black surface can absorb more heat. And solar cookers achieve a higher temperature by using mirrors to focus the rays of the sun. So solar cookers are, now let us see the construction. First of all, it is made up of a metallic box which is colored with black color from outside and from inside, and then on the top of the metallic box is covered with a glass. So that, why the glass? Because the glass absorbs more amount of heat and do not let the heat to escape. It creates a greenhouse effect and lot of heat is trapped inside the box. Then on the top of the glass, a lid is there which is fitted with a mirror, with a shining mirror. When the sun rays falls on the mirror, then this bowl containing the food which is to be cooked is kept at the focus of the mirror. So from the mirror the rays get reflected and is incident on the focus, and on the focus lot of heat energy is created. This is how the construction and working is of the solar cooker is done. So the next one, that there are certain limitations of the solar cooker. Solar energy limitations are there. For example, solar energy can be used by using solar cells also. Solar cookers we can also use solar cells. Now, these solar cells convert solar energy into electricity. But one solar cell will be developing a voltage of 0.5 to 1 voltage only. 0.5 to 1 volt. And that produces about 0.7 watt of electricity. But this much energy is not at all sufficient to do any work. So, lot of solar cells are connected with each other using silver metal, and this connection of the solar cells to generate high amount of electricity is known as solar panel. Then let us see the advantage. Now the advantage and the disadvantages and the uses of the solar energy we can see. First of all, the principle is, let us see the advantages of solar energy. See, the advantages is they do not having any moving part, because sun is constant from where we are receiving energy, so it do not require any maintenance, or little maintenance is requires. The next one is that they can be set up in the remote and inaccessible hamlets. Inaccessible hamlets means the places, remote places. Hamlets means places which are sparsely inhabited, where the population is very less, and in such places laying the road or laying the power transmission line is costly, it is expensive, and is not at all commercial. So these are the two advantages, that is the where the little maintenance is required, and where the population is sparse and it is a remote inaccessible area, there the solar energy is viable to be used. Now disadvantage is that solar cells are made up of silicon. Now silicon is very much abundant on the earth because of the sand. In the sand we have silicon, but the solar cells are made up of special grade silicon, and these special grade silicons are very less in amount. And second one is, when the solar cells are connected, they are connected with silver.